Ole, 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 ole. Flyers hockey is back. Ole, ole. Woo! Hello, hello, hello. This is Jamie Basco with another live session of Flyers Q&A. You know why? Because hockey returns tomorrow. Tomorrow, training camp resumes. Flyers training camp is back. The sights, the sounds, the skates. You hear the ice. Well, not hear the ice, but you hear the skates on the ice. It's going to be a thing of beauty, and the Flyers will bring it to you. There's a lot of things going on. So they're able to have 30 skaters and 4 goaltenders tomorrow. Fortunately, right? Fortunately, there's no shocks. There are no shocks. Carson Chorowansky, we already know. Connor Bunnaman, German Rupsov, Kirill Ustimenko. But, we shall see if Nolan Patrick is there or not. And it's going to be an interesting case with Nolan Patrick. I think the Flyers would have gotten ahead of this thing if Nolan Patrick wasn't going to be there. So in my opinion, Nolan Patrick will indeed be there tomorrow until the Flyers tell us otherwise. The Flyers know for a fact that is one big question that is looming. That is one big question not only from media but from fans alike. That will Nolan Patrick indeed be there tomorrow for opening day of training camp? And I believe he will. If the Flyers knew he was not, then they would have said something earlier so that there weren't any lingering questions. They were going to have to fight this and get ahead of this at some point. So why not do it earlier in the week if they know for a fact that he was not going to be there? So in my opinion, he will be one of the 30 skaters on the ice for sure. Now, of course, 31 players are able to travel to the hub city with unlimited goaltenders. So they're not going to take all their goaltenders with them, or they can. So it will be interesting to see how Alain Vigneault and Chuck Fletcher want to try to get ahead of this thing, because with unlimited goaltenders, they're able to bring them in. I'm pretty sure that they probably have to go. I don't know what the tests are going to be like in terms of adding somebody into the bubble and whatnot. I have it in an article, but I don't know it offhand to let you know. But that is what's going on. So the travel to the hub cities is on the 26th of July. And the exhibitional games will begin on July 28th, and they will last until July 30th, with the first game set forth August 1st. And, of course, the Flyers whooped the Bruins' butt 3-1 on August 2nd. And that's just how it's going to go. And why do I think that? Why, people always ask me, you're too positive, you're too confident. Why wouldn't I be? What bad egg is on this team? There is none. The Flyers stand a really good shot against everybody, and everybody has an equal shot. There will be some upsets, of course. This is the most toughest playoffs that you will see because everybody is equal right now. Everybody is healthy, with the exception for Steven Stamkos, who will not be there for the opening day of training camp for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He sustained another lower body injury. And those players that keep opting out, like Carl Alzner, has opted out for the Habs. Stephen Barcheshi for the Vancouver Canucks. Mike Green from the Edmonton Oilers. So the list just goes on and on, of players that are, opting out at this particular time. There will be more before the conclusion on Monday. I think it's 5 p.m. on Monday. It was a 72-hour window, so we shall see how that goes. But all in all, Flyers hockey returns. And, so August 2nd, they will play the Boston Bruins. August 4th, they will play the Washington Capitals. And then August 6th, they will play the Tampa Bay Lightning. And, why wouldn't the Flyers get the top seed? They could. They could run the table, but, the Flyers finished 2-1 against the Bruins. And the Flyers had very good success against the Washington Capitals as well. And, of course, people cannot look ahead. The team cannot look ahead. But Alain Vigneault is a hell of a coach. And he is a great coach to have in this particular situation because he will have them ready to play and be prepared. You can best believe that. Best believe that. Alain Vigneault and his experienced coaching staff will have this team prepared. If you stayed with us throughout this whole process, you would understand that each and every player that was interviewed by Zach Hill, and Zach Hill did a great job as well, but each player that was interviewed are saying the right things. And I don't think that they're just blowing steam or just saying it to say it. No, I think that this all goes with coaching. I think it all goes together. So you know what? The Flyers are going to come back, and I look for them to have an extended playoff run. I expected them to make the playoffs before the season began. I expected them to win at least one round before the season began. People called me crazy. Okay? Then after about the first month and a half of the season, I came out with the tweet, and I said that, Chuck Fletcher made fantastic moves and that he did not make one bad move in the offseason, and I got ripped. So you know what? I'm just going to continue to get ripped, and I'm going to be happy with that. But I believe in this team. I believe in the players. I've talked to every single player this year in this particular locker room, and I can tell you one thing. This is the most vibrant, fresh locker room that I've been around in about 5 to 5.5 years. I'm telling you now, the Flyers can do some damage in the playoffs, and I know that they cannot think ahead. I know that they can be upset. I know the Pittsburgh Penguins, are a healthy bunch right now. I understand that. But there are some things that I think the Flyers have that are better than Pittsburgh right now. I think the Flyers have better goaltending all around than the Pittsburgh Penguins, in my opinion. I think that Carter Hart has been here before. He has donned the Canadian sweater before with so much pressure to play for the country of Canada for good reason. There's very good players that play for them. Very good players. There's not one bad player that plays for the country of Canada. It is tough to make the team, and it's tough to perform for the team. And if you don't perform, it could really do some damage to your career. Carter Hart did it and did it successfully. This shall be no different. No spectators, I think, plays in the Flyers' hand as well. Even though that the Flyers had the best home record, I also believe that no spectators will help this young bunch because they have the veteran leadership, they have the experienced coaching staff to guide the ship. And trust me, whatever lines that are on day one for the round robin tournament, if the team does not perform, trust me, those lines are out the window. So just look, it's going to be a game-by-game basis with lines because each team is healthy and whatnot. So you know what, Flyers fans, buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride. But you know what? This is a good one, and the Flyers can have an extended playoff run. And I'm just freaking darn happy that the Flyers hockey is back, and we have a lot to talk about. Look for Nolan Patrick there on Monday. Trust me, I firmly believe that Nolan Patrick will be there on Monday. I have no confirmation. I have no sources for that. If he is not, then I own that. But I think that the Flyers would have gotten ahead of this thing if Nolan Patrick wasn't there. I pray for Nolan Patrick. Him and his family are great. He's great. Trust me, the Flyers are great too.
Ole, 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 Flyers.
Take care.